Hey guys, it's me, Keisha. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday. Let's get into this week's All Tea, All Shade Real Housewives of Miami Season 7, Episode 6 review. But before I do, I just want to say shout out to all the T Squad members who really love this week's review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Basketball Wives. I've read all of the comments. I love that you guys are just laughing and enjoying the entertainment because that's exactly what this is. So shout out to y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all know I love y'all so much. Okay, so on this week's episode of Real Housewives of Miami, we pick up where we left off last week with the ladies coming to Alexia's Greek-themed narcissistic party, which the ladies think is all about Todd. They have no idea that this is actually about them. So they're going around, they're looking at all of the sayings and things that they have sprinkled out throughout the venue. Lisa is having a photo shoot. I mean, why wouldn't you? You have us dressed up like Grecian goddesses. There's flowers everywhere, greenery. We got a swing. Why wouldn't I have a photo shoot? Okay, but because of the theme of the party, Alexia is like, look at Lisa, making it all about her and this, that, and the third. So they all sit around and Alexia sits on a throne, mind you, a throne. Do with that as you please. And that guru or whoever she had come talk to them starts this game where they all have red flags and he's going to ask a question, and whoever they think it pertains to, they need to go and take their red flag and put it in their little cylinder, right? And I'm like, this is going to go left so fast because people are going to be offended. So the first question is, who talks about themselves the most? Lisa gets the most red flags, and off rip, she is immediately like annoyed, offended, because like, what the hell is going on here? And Lisa was like, well, maybe I share my problems with the wrong people. And Larsa was like, it's not about your problems. It's about the fact that you don't ask other people about what's going on in their lives. You think everything is about you. You think you're the only person that's going through stuff and this, that, and the third. And they going back and forth, back and forth. And in the midst of them going back and forth, Larsa gonna say to Lisa, next time wear a dress that fits. And I'm looking at her like, you the last person to be talking about anybody's outfit, their body, or anything when you sitting over there looking like an uncooked stuffed turkey in that dress. She had the underarm fat was hanging all out of it. She looked like she was about to bust through the seams of it. Like, Larsa, look at you. Like, really look at her. Look at this lady. Her face looks like it's falling apart. It's really lumpy when you really look at her face. Like, she looks like she needs to be in a mausoleum somewhere. Like, she looks like a walking corpse. Like, you are not the person to talk about anybody's looks, their fashion, or anything. Bitch, we don't even know who you are. I call her Liza because Larsa been gone. I don't know who this imposter is because it ain't Larsa Pippen. That is Liza Pippen, okay? Because everything about her is lies. But she looks terrible. Terrible. And I'm mad that Lisa didn't eat her up right then and there because, girl, she goes too low with people. And then you want to talk about you such a good friend, but anytime you get into it with somebody, you like going below the belt. No. Like, ma'am, you need to go on botched. Like, seriously. Seriously. She looked like she got a whole gallon of silicone in her face. Ma'am, that is not your ministry. The next question is, who is quick to take offense? Lisa, once again, is singled out. Do I think that it does pertain to her? Yes. But I think that it also pertains to Larsa. It also pertains to Alexia. It also pertains to Marisol. They all are very quick to be offended by something. And back to the first question, um who talks about themselves the most, it should have been Lisa and Alexia. Most definitely. Alexia is just as vain as Lisa is. So then Julia decides to ask the guru or whatever how to move forward with someone who hurt them, talking about Guerdy. And Guerdy looking at her like, I thought we squashed this. I thought we were done with this. Why are you bringing this up? And Guerdy was like, well, I was assaulted. Yeah, I was assaulted. Like, let's not forget that part, because you keep on trying to forget that. And Julia was just sitting there like, why did you bring that up in front of this white man? But it's like, girl, like, what is going on with you? Like, please get Julia off my show. Please, 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 please. So, the next question is, who plays the victim? Larsa quickly gets up and picks Lisa, and then they start arguing again. And Lisa says, there is so much that I could say about you, but I don't. And then she was like, say it, go ahead, say it. And Lisa was like, you said Marcus doesn't really have it like that. Do I believe it? Absolutely. Because where does he really making his money from? He's supposed to work for like one of his father's like charities or something like that. Yeah, the money ain't there. That's probably why he a cokehead. Larsa probably was over there taking care of that man. Lisa, you better start pulling off your gloves and going at her, because she ain't got no business, no problem spilling your tea or anybody else's tea. Now, of course, Larsa sits there and plays dumb about the situation. Lisa then goes on to say that out of everybody, Adriana is the person that's really been there for her during this time, right? And everybody is coming at Lisa every which way except for what we saw, except for Kiki and Guerdy. And Adriana was like, you know what? This is feeling like a gang up. Everybody is having a narcissistic moment right now because none of you are taking into consideration that she just lost her father. And I'm like, absolutely. No matter what their relationship was, she still just lost somebody. And all of y'all decide to gang up on her in this moment. It's crazy, because a lot of these questions pertain to all of y'all. All of y'all. And it really wasn't fair. It was everybody against her. Who wants to sit there and have everybody coming at them every which way? Like, nah, I wouldn't want to sit there neither. So Lisa in her confession was like, how does everyone conveniently forget everything that Larsa has done to them? And I was like, amen. And then the producers do a montage of all of the vile, effed up stuff that Larsa has done to everybody in this group. She's came for Julia. She's came for Guerdy. She's come for Alexia. She's come for Lisa. She's come from Adriana. Like, I think the only person she hasn't come for is Marisol, maybe. But maybe she has with her too. Like, she's come for everybody. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, Lisa, I gotta call you out, because you was her so-called best friend when she was doing all of this stuff. So how could you even be friends with somebody that was doing disgusting things like this? I gotta side eye you too, mama. So Guerdy then decides that she's gonna pull Larsa so she can sit her and Lisa down so they can discuss things and make up, because she wishes that somebody would have done that for her and Julia. So she gets them to sit down and they're trying to discuss it, but Guerdy trying to mediate, child, and they kind of looking at her like, Guerdy, okay, we are adults, we know how to talk. But Guerdy was making points, but it was like, Guerdy, just chill. Like, you got them to sit down, but just chill. But Larsa really didn't want her to be involved or whatever. She's like, Guerdy, I got this. Like, girl, shut up. I cannot stand her. So they decide that they're just going to have a one-on-one conversation another day, just the two of them, right? But I applaud Guerdy for at least trying, right? But Guerdy, let me tell you something. Don't ever spray that silver shit in your hair ever again, girl. Walking around here looking like a tin man. No. That is not your ministry. Go ahead and get your hair bleached. So then we see Stephanie. She has dinner with her parents and her husband. And the discussion of how strong she is comes up, and how her father pretty much raised her like a boy. Like, she's very unemotionalist. Is that a word? Unemotional? She carries herself in a very strong manner. And they say that her sisters are the opposite, very, very sensitive, very, very sensitive. And even the father was like, it's like they're from another planet. And the mama gets emotional, because she was like, I just feel like my family ain't gonna never come back together again. And they're like, no, they are, we're gonna get it together, we're gonna fix this, that, and the third, or whatever. And I felt really bad for the mama. I really honestly did. I want to know, are the sisters going to come out and say anything, since they're being discussed on a show that they're not on? I wonder, are they going to pop out and have anything to say about what's being said about them? I can't wait to see and wait to find out what's going to happen with that, because it's a lot of drama going on in that family. It really is. I don't know if it's probably a favoritism thing with the father favoring Stephanie over the girls, but it's some deep rooted stuff going on over there. So then we see Guerdy and Russell. They go to couples therapy because she doesn't want him to look at her like he's her caretaker, and work through this transition in their life, because they have been and are going through something really monumental, and that is changed the trajectory of their relationship. Like, things will never be the same for them. So Russell assures her that, he loves her, and that he's not trying to be a caretaker. He just is proud of her. He applauds her, how strong she's been through all of this. And Guerdy gets emotional, and I got emotional, child. And he also goes on to say that he has been wanting Guerdy to seek therapy just for herself, because of all of her past traumas that continuously come up in their relationship. And she discusses how when she was a little girl, her father brought her and one of her siblings, a brother, to the United States, and basically dropped them off with a cousin that she'd never met before, and told her, we'll be back. And she didn't see her family for 3 months. They told her, we'll be back, we're going to go get your other 6 siblings. I think it's like 7 of them or something like that. And she didn't see her mother and father for 3 months. Like, that is very jarring for anybody to go through, especially a child, to be around your mother and father and your siblings, and then one day you're uprooted to a whole nother country where you don't speak English, she's French speaking, and you're around these family members that you never met before. You know what I'm saying? That had to be a shock to her system. And Guerdy realizes in that scene and in her confessional that that has caused her to suffer from abandonment issues. She doesn't like to be left out, and she correlates that to what's going on in the friend group, how she feels like they're constantly leaving her out of things. And it all makes sense. It really honestly makes sense. And she does need to get therapy for that, because that is something that she really needs to deal with, because like her husband said, this is something that keeps on coming up in their marriage, and that needs to be fixed and worked on. So then at the end of the episode, Lisa and Larsa get together to have lunch to discuss their issues. And they get to talking about what happened when they were in Milan, I think, for the fashion show. And Larsa says, Jody said, you're the one that had the paparazzi take that pic of him in the south of France, talking about the photographs that came out last year of Marcus sniffing coke with some white folks or whatever. And Lisa was like, well, the paparazzi guy told us that. That's like what we were told. And Larsa's like, you're full of shit. I'm a better friend than you. All the girls in the group are against you. And Lisa like, what? Lisa is like overwhelmed, because once again, she talking to her crazy, and Lisa not trying to go there with her. So Lisa gets up and excuses herself, and she crying. She goes to the bathroom and she calls Alexia and was like, do none of y'all really not like me? And like, what's going on? And Alexia's like, that is not true at all. That is not true. Do not believe that. I don't feel that way. We have nothing to do with this. And I can see the space Lisa's in, because we all know Lisa can go there. Lisa can go there. Lisa ain't got no problems going there with folks. But I can tell where she's at mentally, where she's trying to hold her tongue, because she knows if she goes there, this friendship will be over. Like, she ain't trying to do Larsa like that, but Larsa keep on poking and poking and poking and poking. But Larsa is not your friend. She's not your friend, girl. She's not your friend. She's not. I don't care how much she's been there for you in the past. Larsa keeps on bringing up how every time she calls her, she picks up the phone. And Lisa, you need to think about the fact that every time you call her, she picks up the phone. She's there for you. She's there for you. She's there for you. Maybe she's there for you so much because she's the type of person that we've seen who likes to use the things that you've told her against you. She's the type of person that likes to sit up and take in everything that you got to say. Keep it up here. Keep it in the back of her head so she can then throw that ace of spades out on the table when it's necessary. That's the only reason why she's there for you. So she can know your business. So she can hear what you got to say about other people and then use it against you. That's the type of person she is. She not being there for you because she actually truly cares about what you got going on. Because think about it. Soon as y'all had issues, what was the first thing that she said? I'm always there for you. I always pick up the phone for you. I testify for you in court. Why are you bringing up everything that you've done for me? Why? Why are you throwing that in my face? Like, is this supposed to be tit for tat? Like, what's going on here? Larsa is a friend to nobody. And the fact that she would sit up there and say that none of the girls like her and all of this stuff is just crazy. Do I think that she called the paparazzi on that man? I can see her very well doing that because she's a vindictive type of person. I most certainly can see her doing it. Don't know if she did, but I can see her doing it. So, meanwhile, while Lisa in the bathroom, it's a whole woman in the stall using the bathroom. All they showed was her little flats and her purse sitting on the floor. I'm like, lady, whoever you are, we probably will never know, but you're disgusting. First of all, putting your purse on the bathroom floor where piss droplets and things are. And then on top of that, it's obvious you was sitting down on the toilet. I'm hoping that you put a seat cover over it because you was sitting there mighty comfortable, ma'am. Like, gross. Y'all don't know this about me, but when I'm in public, I do not use public restrooms unless I absolutely cannot hold it. And I have mastered being able to hold my pee. Okay? I have mastered it, darling, because it grosses me out. I'll go in there and wash my hands, but other than that, no. And sitting on the toilet in gross. But Lisa talking so loud that one of the workers there was like, ma'am, you're talking pretty loud. Can you take that outside? She was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So she goes outside and sits back down with Larsa. Larsa apologizes, but it came across very sarcastic and very uncaring to me. And Lisa apologizes too, and they hug things out, but it's obvious that they're going to get back into it again because they're not cool right now, as we all know. This week's episode was pretty decent. I'm going to give this week's episode of the Real Housewives of Miami a C+. It was cute. Next week episode is crazy because Guerdy is about to pull out the receipts on these hoes, and I'm here for it. I am so here for it because they have been playing in my girl face, okay? So yeah, that's my review of the Real Housewives of Miami. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode. Do y'all think that Larsa is a true friend to Lisa? Let's discuss. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you, T Squad, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.